Welcome back, and now to women's basketball. And in your opinion, Newitt, bigger accomplishment for you, winning the regular season championship or winning the postseason tournament?
I think if you ask most coaches, they would take that regular season championship because it's over the long haul, and it really shows that you're a great team over the long season. But we all know in the Summit League that conference tournament means so much because it's an NCAA bid.
All right, South Dakota State is the regular season champion on the women's side for the second straight year. They did it with a win at home that was coupled with an IUPUI loss at South Dakota. Final home game for the Jackrabbit seniors, Ashley Eide, Leah Dietel, and Katie Lingle. And Lingle with the left, she had 9 points in 14 minutes on senior night. Erica House can get hot in a hurry for Omaha. She was 4 of 7 on three-pointers, had 14 points, and kept Omaha close in the first half of this game. Megan Watashik for the Jackrabbits. She had a dozen, and the Jacks up by 5, and they just could not slip loose from Omaha in this one. End of the half, Paige Frauendorfer will pick up her own miss and score. She had 24 to lead Omaha, and it's just a 5-point SDSU lead at halftime, 38-33. Gabby Bover for the Jackrabbits had 4 assists, finds Eide. Ashley Eide had 11. Still, though, just a 5-point lead. But Bover and Chloe Korneman and Hannah Stropp all made threes in a late run. 13 points, 13 rebounds for Stropp. And the Jacks win it 69-56. So they got the job done there. They needed USD to knock off IUPUI. IUPUI trying to keep the pressure on. But Nicole Seekamp with a 3. She had 7 points and 9 assists for Seekamp in this game. For IUPUI, Katie Camello on the drive. Jags led at 8-5, but they went 7 minutes without scoring again here in the first half. Dee Bellamy would make a 3 to end that drought. She had 10 to lead IUPUI, but Jag star Kara Nelson was 0 for 8 from the field. She did not score in this game. Here's one of those Seekamp assists. Finds Pam January, and the game is tied at 20-20 at halftime. It stayed close for about 7 minutes into the second half. Katie Camello here going to find Bellamy again to keep it close, but South Dakota would take off from there. Watch Polly Harrington coming up here for the Coyotes. Give it to her. The fake, the take, and the make for Polly Harrington. She had 16 points and 10 rebounds to lead USD. Tempest Wilson had a great weekend for the Coyotes. The steal and the score. She had 17, and the Oats win at 56-39. All right, so good win for the Coyote women, first of all. But can you explain to me how South Dakota State can beat USD twice, USD can beat IUPUI twice, IUPUI beat South Dakota State twice? That circle. Explain this.
You can't explain that. That's
All
what
right.
makes basketball the greatest game ever invented, is that you can't compare scores, and results a lot of times get thrown out the window. But I tell you, the thing that is really interesting about this, Tom, is now I think there's just that seed of uncertainty going into this conference tournament with South Dakota State's women. They've shown they're vulnerable, especially if they match up again with IUPUI. That's going to be an intriguing game.
All right, that's the way it sits right now. South Dakota State at the 1, IUPUI at the 2, South Dakota at the 3 right now with a couple of games left. Anyway, to finish up last week's game, Saturday, we had Oakland, South Dakota, and North Dakota State all playing at home. All right, in Rochester, Michigan, Fort Wayne. We'll get it to Haley Seibert. She was 3 of 3 on threes, had 15 points. Olivia Nash at the other end for Oakland. She had 11 points, 11 rebounds, her 8th double-double of the season for Nash. That's the most in the league. Elena Popke for 3. She had a game-high 23 to lead Oakland. But Amanda Hyde had 22 for Fort Wayne. Don's up by 12 at the half. Seibert again will get the touch here. Fort Wayne goes up by 15 in the second half. At the other end, Sinclair Russell for Oakland, but Rachel Mock had a career-high 22 to match Hyde, and Fort Wayne wins it 87-71. Back to Vermilion, USD looking for the season sweep against Western Illinois. They beat Western by 3 the first time, but Western knocked down some threes. Rebecca Henriksen and then Michelle Maher there. And despite all those threes, USD still led by 2 at the half. Coyotes had 11 steals in the game. 3 by Sam Mayer, who gets it to Heidi Hoff, who gets it to Alexis Yackley. And the Coyotes feeling good at home. Pam January again for 2. But Western led in the second half by as many as 7. Coyotes, though, get the lead back with just under 7 minutes to play. On another steal here by Mayer, she'll get it to Tempest Wilson. Wilson had 24 And USD makes its free throws down the stretch. They win it 71-67 over Western Illinois. And in Fargo on Saturday, the Bison and the Mavs from Omaha. NDSU up by 3 at the half. Pick it up in the second half. Danny DeGagne puts them up by 12. Omaha comes almost all the way back. Carolyn Blair Mobley scores with 13 seconds left. And NDSU is up by 2 at 63-61. Now, North Dakota State called a timeout they did not have, so it's a technical foul. Frauendorfer goes to the line, misses the first of 2, but she will make the second, so North Dakota State still up by 1. The Bison turned it over with 9 seconds left. Omaha still had a chance to come back and win it here. Frauendorfer going to get a good look at the buzzer for the win, but does not get it. And North Dakota State hangs on at home 63-62. And the other game on Saturday was an IUPUI win over Kansas City, 47-33. So here are the women's standings doing it. And as you said, the Jackrabbits on top right now, but could be very interesting if they face either the Jags or the Coyotes in the semifinals as possible.
Yeah, it certainly is. And, you know, those matchups are very intriguing just because they've had a lot of competitive games between all 3 of them. And you throw in the conference tournament environment, I think anything could happen.
All right, down at the bottom there, Western Illinois beat North Dakota State twice, so still undecided yet in the seedings for the women's tournament coming up starting March 9th. And we are back with women's and men's swimming and diving after this.